Ballers, hoopers, dunkers, shooters, welcome to another episode of Ballers Block.
Purr, purr, purr.
The block is hot. The block is hot. Now, apologies. We've left you guys
Hanging.
yeah, that part.
And I'm you know, this little salt in the wounds type of guy. I'm gonna say, we left you hanging like the Raptors left the.
Left me hanging.
There you go.
Well, to be
We'll
honest,
just start off with that.
well, we usually start off with our Toronto Golden State rivalry.
And guess who came out on top of this?
That's Steph Curry did.
Steph is Golden State right now.
Yeah, he is Golden State.
What'd I say before?
That man, wow.
What'd I say before?
Wow.
The spin like Siakam didn't come through.
Too bad he couldn't do that in the finals.
We'll see that he'll be in the finals this year.
Nah, I doubt it.
All right. You doubted they'd even be in the playoffs?
Nah, not really. I knew they
No, you had doubts.
No.
You thought your Raptors had a good shot at making the playoffs.
I did, but I didn't give them. I didn't have. You know what? I thought they'd be better than what they are, but I didn't think.
I told you they were
I
that
didn't
bad.
think they would be like a contender.
Listen, it was your
But
stubbornness.
to not even make the.
It was your stubbornness as a
tournament?
Raptor fan. You didn't want to hear the truth. I told you the truth, and what'd you do? You neglected the truth. You went with your own narrative, and what happened at the end? Spin like Siakam. You guys spun yourself right out the playoffs.
The truth is,
just like Siakam spins himself out of game-winning shots.
You
You
got me there. You got me there. You got me.
Pull a page out of Skip right there. Skip Bayless. LeShannon Debo. Your Toronto Raptors, Debo.
They're no good this year. They're no good this year. They're no good this year.
Let's just say,
But here, you know what? I'll borrow a quote
from who?
From the social medias.
What's social media?
The Toronto, the meme that's been circulating. The Toronto Raptors did not miss the playoffs.
Oh boy.
The Tampa Bay Raptors did.
See this, folks? Classic.
Let's be real.
We're seeing this.
Let's be real.
We're seeing this situation play out.
Every other team played at home.
I've said it in every episode.
We didn't play at home.
Every single episode, these Raptor fans are delusional, and they will make up. They will make up any story.
Make up what?
To help them sleep at night.
Am I making up the fact that the Raptors did not play one game in Toronto?
Hold on, what are they called right now? Are they called the Tampa Bay Raptors or the Toronto Raptors?
They might as well be the Tampa Bay.
What are they called?
Where are they playing?
What are they called?
Where are they playing?
Bro, what's their name?
Toronto Raptors. Now, where are they playing?
They're still the Toronto Raptors.
Where are they playing?
If they're the Toronto,
answer the question.
I don't care where they're playing. If they're playing in Tampa Bay, so you're telling me when they have away trips and they're playing in LA, are they still not the Toronto Raptors?
Where are they playing their home games?
It doesn't matter.
All right then.
Doesn't matter.
All right then.
They ain't ballers, yo. That's the excuse, right? Wasn't that they were just trash? It's because they were playing in Tampa Bay.
There was a lot of things going on.
They're playing in Tampa Bay. They avoided the whole winter of Canada and Toronto. People complain about that wasn't even to play. That wasn't even in the whole play.
There was a lot of things going on.
BS. Typical Raptor fan jargon. We have one in the backdrop over there somewhere. Is he recording?
There's a lot of things.
Bro, I hope you're not recording, eh? You're getting taxed on that. This guy's recording. We have live studio audience, and this guy's recording some behind the scenes stuff without permission.
Well, enough about the Tampa Bay.
I don't like Raptors. That, cuz Toronto Raptors. You guys.
Enough about the Tampa Bay Raptors.
I'm glad to see you guys are out. I didn't hear much of you fans talking this year. I guess you guys seen the inevitable. You couldn't deny the inevitable. That's basically what it was. That's why you guys were quiet, and I appreciate it. But my Warriors stayed true. Steph played hard, and here we are in the play-in.
You know what? I'm gonna be cheering on the Warriors because I'm hoping.
You hear this, Raptor fans?
I'm hoping. Let me there's a method to my madness. I'm
hoping. I hear this.
LeBron ends up in that 8th seed. Was it the 7th seed? Which means that they'd have to play the Golden State Warriors in the playing tournament.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that the Warriors beat the Lakers.
See that?
Hence, me cheering for the Golden State Warriors.
You see that, ladies and gents? A Raptor fan jumping wagons yet again. This happens all the time. You can't make this stuff up.
I mean, I can't cheer for the Raptors right now, can I?
Shouldn't cheer for nobody. Leave it be, you know. Just enjoy the playoffs without your team. You don't need a team. Don't jump on my team's wagon now.
But the playoffs would be so much better for me if LeBron's not in it.
Whatever.
Therefore, I'm gonna be cheering on your squad.
Appreciate it. As we see here, I won on different levels. My team making the play-in, most likely gonna make the playoffs. Also, I seem to have convinced this guy to jump the wagon and support my team, which is another win.
Where was the convincing?
I mean, every discussion we've
Where was
had
the
all
convincing?
year,
There was no convincing.
the end result is the convincing.
At no point did you come to me and say, "Hey, you know what? Listen, you should cheer on the Golden State Warriors."
You know why that is? You know why that is?
Because I think for myself.
And I would assume you thinking for yourself. You're a smart guy and you know what team to root for, right?
Well, I'll be rooting for them up until they beat the Lakers. After that,
right? Nah, you.
Then I'm going to be cheering for your other team, Brooklyn.
Listen, when Steph averages 50 every game in that series,
that would be something to see.
What? Listen, you watch. You watch. Tune in.
Speaking
Steph
of
Curry
Steph,
show.
he was in a crucial game today.
It was a good game.
With a lot of
Memphis.
implications, with a lot of playoff. Well,
It was for 8th place?
It was
Or
for
ninth?
8th place.
8th.
So the winner would get 8th place, the loser would get 9th place.
Facts.
And Steph showed out.
44?
44.
44 points?
Maybe 45.
I think he hit 7 threes, 6 or 7 threes.
Steph did what Steph does. Put on a show.
Good show.
Led the Warriors to yet another win.
Yep. He's been leading to a lot of wins.
That is true.
But Draymond looks like he's back to the Draymond of old to somewhat. Like his IQ, he's really facilitating. He's playing defense, which is helping Steph a lot.
Oh yeah.
Setting some wicked ass screens.
Just being a good floor general. Directing traffic, letting people know where to go.
The missing sauce is Clay still.
Oh my goodness. If he comes back.
That's the missing sauce.
It's gonna be a problem.
That's the missing sauce.
If he comes back healthy, it's gonna be a problem.
So one thing that a lot of people are kind of talking about or discussing, seeing if it's a possibility or not. Will the Lakers?
What will they do?
What will they do? They look like they've slipped since LeBron's been out.
They better hope they get that 6th spot. Because the way Steph has been playing.
Yeah.
If they have to match up against the Golden State Warriors in the playing tournament,
it could be a problem.
It could be who on that team is gonna guard Steph?
LeBron.
You put LeBron on him?
No. It'd be a terrible idea. He's gonna wear LeBron out. So I'd love to see that though. So I don't think Lakers. I think we've talked about it before. I don't think the Lakers are my favorite to get in there, but
the playing tournament or the finals?
Finals, definitely not the finals. Definitely not the finals. Out of the West, I'm rolling the dice. Of course, I'm gonna say my Warriors. You know what I mean. But to speak, realistically, I would probably say I'm going with Phoenix. Because I feel like they seem to have the consistency, maturity, and the mental poise to just Chris Paul and Booker alone. Those two, I think, are on par with their game and what they want. But aside from that, I'd probably say out of the West, I guess I don't want to say Clippers because they haven't convinced me yet.
Think the Clippers gonna clip?
Nah, yeah, I think they're gonna get clipped again. It's gonna be another. They're cursed, man. There is a Clippers curse. As good as they've gotten, they're never gonna win a chip. LA is that team. I'm sorry.
Last year was
their chance.
Yeah.
That was it. Denver's a team to look out for. Even without Jamal Murray, I feel like Jokic has figured out what he can do.
I don't know if they can do it without Jamal Murray.
We'll see, man.
I mean, they can still probably go kind of deep in the playoffs, but without Murray, I don't think they can.
Bro, they got Austin Rivers. Jordan Clarkson.
Jordan Clarkson, what are you talking about?
Ain't he on that one? Oh, he's on Utah.
Austin Rivers, really?
They got Austin Rivers.
Austin Rivers?
What?
Of all the shit you've given
They just
me
replaced light skin with
Pascal
light skin.
Siakam, you bring up Austin Rivers, Docson.
Docson, yeah. He's not the main guy, but think about it with Jokic and all the other guys.
I mean, I'll give you the fact that he's a decent, he's a good other, as Shaq would say, but to be the guy that's going to take you from to the next level.
No, he's gonna fill in gaps. I didn't say he's gonna fill in gaps.
No, but like when you
where Jokic is Austin Rivers, man.
Come on, stop it.
I take him over Pascal any day.
That's just I don't know. What are you doing there? What are you doing there?
I'm telling the truth.
What are you doing there?
Yo, who's in the playoffs?
Austin Rivers?
Is Austin Rivers in the playoffs or is Pascal in the playoffs?
What has Austin Rivers? Oscar.
What is Pascal
I can't even say the man. I want to call him Oscar for some reason.
What has Pascal done?
Won a championship
on the coattails of
Warriors.
On the coattails of
he's been an all-star
of Kawhi.
What has
and
Austin
Kyle
Rivers,
Lowry?
What has Austin Rivers
playing
ever done?
injured teams?
What has Austin Rivers ever done?
He had one of the craziest high school mixtapes in the history of high school mixtapes.
Talking about high school mixtapes.
Ball is life. Ball is life.
Bro. High school mixtape.
He had one of the Austin Rivers, bro.
Know who had a better high school mixtape?
Who?
Dennis Smith Jr. Where is he?
I mean, he has other issues.
Well, he doesn't have a dad that's in the league.
Well, hey, his attitude needs to change then. If you ain't got a dad in the league, you gotta have some good attitude.
What? No, you stop it. You've talked way too much about Austin Rivers. This is ridiculous.
Austin Rivers, bro. Austin Rivers. Nah, I'm joking, obviously, but those are
I'll give you Jordan Clarkson has been balling. If he was Jordan Clarkson that was actually on Denver,
yeah,
I could possibly give you that.
The teams I'm looking at out of the West, really, realistically, Phoenix.
You like the Jazz?
With a healthy Donovan Mitchell, yes. Denver and Clippers are I gotta say Portland. I'm rooting for Portland. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing though. If Portland gets that 7th spot and they have to play the Golden State Warriors. Exactly.
I'm not worried about them losing, Warriors losing to them.
No, I'm not.
I'm just saying I like Dame Lillard.
Personally,
I just don't want to see Dame Lillard.
I like Dame Lillard too.
I don't want to see Steph give him the...
Hey, that's what I'm saying. I think whoever gets that 7th spot is in trouble.
Yeah.
Especially since it's not like a 7-game series, so I think it's like a 1-game showdown.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whoever has that 7th spot and has to face Golden State is in trouble.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be that person.
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all.
Speaking of which, we can do some
let's do it east to west or west to east.
How's that game looking?
So today's the last game. Okay, run down the last game, the final games, and then we'll do a quick recap of we already talked about the West. So we'll talk about the East after.
For the first time maybe that I've ever seen in an NBA season, all 30 teams are playing today.
Which is weird. Hold on, let's not do this first. Let's actually talk about the East first, and then we'll close off with the final games.
Okay, so the East, as of now, I think everything is matched up. We got 76ers at 1, Nets at 2, Bucks at 3, Knicks at 4. Surprising. Who would have thought the Knicks would be 4th in the East at the start of the season?
I would have never in my life. I didn't think they'd ever be in the playoffs for the next 10 years.
The Hawks. I thought the Hawks would have made the playoffs. Not necessarily at 5, but...
I'm shocked they were at 5. I'm shocked they were 5. I was expecting them to be like an 8 or playing.
The Heat.
I expected your Raptors to be. Continue.
The Celtics at 7. Okay. Another surprise, given how they started. The Wizards at 8.
I'm shocked at that, and I'm afraid for a lot of teams in the East right now, because Russ and Brad,
I think Yeah, they're kind of like the Warriors of the East.
Yes, be afraid. Be very afraid.
They're gonna match up against the Celtics in the playing tournament.
They're gonna dust the Celtics,
especially without Jaylen Brown.
They're gonna dust the Celtics. I feel sorry for Tatum's gonna put up numbers, but it's not gonna be pretty.
If you're Tatum, would you want to dip?
Yeah, at this point, yes. They're not gonna get any better. Kemba's getting older. He's already injured.
Kemba has fell off since he beat
the knees, man. Whatever his injury was, he's done. He's no longer like he's not going to be an all-star anymore. I think he's now relegated to being a vet or a role player. Yeah. So I think what's his name? Tatum should look at possibly leaving if he wants to win a chip.
They should have kept Terry Rozier.
Scary Terry. Yeah. But he didn't want to stay. Kyrie was there at that time, I think.
That is true. Yeah. They should have kept him because he is balling.
It happens. Milwaukee's there also. So what do you think?
Rounding out is the Pacers and then the Hornets, and those two are gonna play in the playing tournament.
I'm rooting for the Hornets.
Same.
I want LaMelo.
Fans of LaMelo.
Yeah.
Fans of the balls.
Pause. I mean, yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah. Fans of the Ball brothers here.
I feel like, I want to see LaMelo do good, man. Yeah. I want to. Have they made the playoffs in recent years? I don't think so.
The last time they made the playoffs was a few years back when they got the business by Dwayne Wade.
Yeah, that'd be huge still if they made it.
The purple shirt guy that was trying to heckle Dwayne Wade in the crowd, and Dwayne Wade, just
that'd be huge. Yeah, that'd be huge. I'm rooting for them. But out of the East, who do you think's taking it? I don't know if Milwaukee has the.
Oh, it's gonna be between Brooklyn and Philly. It's gonna be between Brooklyn and Philly.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
The Bucks,
they're missing something still.
I don't even think that they're necessarily missing something. It's just the other teams have gotten better than they have gotten.
That's why they're missing something.
Like if they had this team right now, last year, they would have probably made the finals.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Because the Heat basically have the same team, and you see how they're doing this year.
Yes.
They didn't get any better, so the Bucks are relatively same position, and yeah.
Actually, they're looking worse because they were number 1 last year. Now they're in the 3rd position.
So run it down. So tonight was the final chapter of the NBA season, 72nd game. Now the playoffs begin. So we're gonna go through the final, all 30 games, or not 30 games?
You know what? I don't think we need to go through all 30.
The important ones.
Let's just go. How about we go through the games that are still playing right now?
Sure.
So actually, no, I'm not even gonna do that because some of these things don't mean nothing. Like Heat, Pistons, who cares about that?
Yeah. So talk about the good ones.
Okay, these are the only 2 games that really matter in my opinion. Actually, 3 games. The Jazz versus the Kings, because if the Jazz win, they get the number 1 spot in the West. Then there's Nuggets and the Trailblazers. And then there's the Lakers versus the Pelicans. If the Lakers win, because Lakers and Portland are tied. Okay. So whoever wins that does not have to play Golden State in the playing tournament.
Okay.
And both teams are winning, so I'm not sure who has the the tiebreaker, but both teams are winning right now.
Okay.
But I think since looking at the table, the Trailblazers are currently in that 6th spot. So if they both win, I think it'd stay the same. So that means, as it's looking, Portland's going to remain in the 6th spot, and the Lakers are going to have to play Golden State.
All right.
Which is exactly what I want.
You mentioned that. Okay.
Exactly what I want.
All right. So before we, I guess, conclude this episode, this is the pre-playoff episode.
Want to do some
predictions?
You want to do what do you call it?
Start with the play-in predictions.
Playing prediction. So who's gonna win those games?
Because that's before the actual playoffs start. So when the playing games, like it's not like
I think Wednesday.
okay, Wednesday. Yes, you're right. You're right.
So Grizzlies versus the Spurs, Warriors versus either the Lakers or the Blazers.
So Grizz versus Spurs, who's taking that? I think the Grizz are taking that.
I think the Grizz are taking it.
You know, I'm going Spurs. I want DeMar to redeem himself.
I wanted to be a contrarian.
Nah, I
and
want
go against again and say the Spurs because you said the Grizzlies first. But you know what? I do kind of agree with you. I would like to see DeMar, you know, kind of get rid of the Frozen label
yeah
that he got from Toronto.
yeah. So I'm gonna go Spurs, and then obviously the other matchup, you know, come on Warriors.
Not too many LeBron fans around these parts.
Heck nah, we're over that. Yeah, we're over that.
All right, East. The East, we got Celtics, Wizards.
I'm going Wizards. I want the Wizards to.
I agree.
I
agree.
The same way.
Again, I want to be a contrarian, but
the same way I want DeMar. Yeah, the same way I want DeMar to redeem himself. I need Russ to redeem himself because he just had a record-setting year. Congrats to Russ, by the way. Record-setting year. I need him to follow it up by showing everyone that he's not the reason the teams don't
that
succeed.
Record that Oscar Robertson had.
It's never going to be beat again.
That was one of those records that people thought would never get touched. And Russ has beaten it, and the way he's been playing, he's going to continue to just add to it. So what Russ has built on that, it's probably never going to get touched.
And if he can get a couple championships before he retires, or at least 3, he can probably go down as the greatest player ever. I'm sorry. To me, I've always said the greatest player ever has to be the person who averages the most points, most rebounds, and assists. Like, they do everything on a high level, and he's been doing it for a few years now to where you're like, it's automatic. Like, to me, all he's missing is the winning pedigree, and then it's over.
The rebounds is the really crazy
difficult one. Yeah. Just shows he wants it more. So, yeah, Wizards.
Then we got, we kind of alluded to this before, but Hornets versus the Pacers.
You know, Hornets.
I'm going to be a contrarian this time. I'm going to go Pacers.
Nah, the Hornets are going to sting the Pacers.
I'm going to go Pacers.
Just look at the highlight we just saw tonight. Bridges on the that's all you're going to see.
My boy Karis.
Nah, man. I feel like LaMelo in the playoffs, you're going to see...
Karis LeVert and Sabonis. Let's go.
You're going to see a different LaMelo.
And the Holiday brothers.
We'll see about that.
Dougie McBuckets. Miles Turner.
I was going to wrap it up there. This guy's just calling out these names I don't recognize. I mean, I recognize them, but you know what I mean. I don't recognize them as...
They're not necessarily household guys.
Yeah.
In Indiana. All right. Other predictions. You want to do any... We had a little conversation about the MVP award. You want to touch on that? Or save it? Make it a teaser. So we're teasing. Check out our next episode for our...
Yeah. After the play-in, we can talk about MVP discussion. Yeah. After the play-in, we'll talk MVPs.
One can make a good argument for Steph.
I'd make the argument
for Steph. One can make a good argument for Steph.
I'm the one to make the argument if one can make an argument. I'm the one to start it. Steph for MVP. There you go. I started it.
Personally, if I had a vote, I'd probably give it to him too. But I think it's going to be Joel Embiid.
We'll see. We'll keep that combo again.
Again, that's a teaser. The teaser.
But in the meantime, y'all make sure y'all do all that funky stuff of liking, sharing, subscribing.
Yep.
To the podcast, the YouTube.
Again, we apologize for the lengthy delay on between episodes.
Yeah, and don't forget about the Two Jerks podcast.
Had some things going on behind the scenes that needed to be taken care of.
Yeah.
But you know our goal.
We're not gonna Joe Buttons this podcast.
Yo, I didn't even know. I just heard about what happened.
We'll talk about that on the Two Jerks.
All right, beautiful.
Because that's a perfect platform to talk about what went down.
Well, you're gonna have to fill me in on what happened. I just.
I'll send you a link. I was watching.
I don't know exactly what happened.
I got more recent updates, but we'll circle back on the Two Jerks in the podcast. That's also available on streaming sites and platforms.
Help your boys out.
Stuff.
The goal, what was the goal again? 20,000?
We got a lot of work to do at this point, yo. You said by August. We in May right now. We got June, July, and then it's August in a couple months, man. So we got work to do. So
You guys got work to do. We'll do our part.
our part is to show up and give them stuff to.
Yeah, the apologies were done.
Yeah.
The apologies were made.
So you know, as long as we're here, they're here.
You do your part.
Yep.
We'll make sure we do ours.
Oh yeah.
With that said, deuces.
Still like how this guy's recording behind.